My neighbor did my hair. Anyway, this I fell asleep on already, so I probably messed it up. It was like, anyway, they told me to tie a scarf on it, but I'm just not woke up on my nap. It looks like the hearings with Yates, Sally Yates, um, on when Flynn was being told by her to the Trump administration that he was compromised by Russians' influence and to be blackmailed. They dismissed him. It's funny because they want to blame Obama. I don't know how many years they could do that going on here. But on November 10th, Obama told him, and he was like, "Oh, well, I thought Obama was joking." There's a lot of things I think about Obama, and he is a very excellent talker, but he's not. Never mind. Uh, I don't know why. Trump is a damn lie. They just want to make it. So they was told November the 10th. Then again, they was told again on January 26th, the 27th, and then they fired on January the 30th. Sally Yates, right? And then when the Washington Post, I don't know if I have that date, let it be known in February, I think around February the 13th. And the only thing Trump wants to know is who leaked the information that Flynn had been getting money from Turkey and Russia and has been talking with Russia, and have been talking to Turkey. Most important, when he was talking to Turkey, was about getting a guy that is now a citizen deported back to Turkey to go on trial for Turkey almost getting overthrown. So Turkey got a little problem with his way they do their justice system too, because they clearly got it a little muggy. And then he was talking. Then Flint was talking to Russia about getting sanctions taken off of them. More important, they want those sanctions taken off so they could drill oil. Exxon had some oil interests. I think Steve Banner worked for Exxon. So Trump was trying to make Sally Yates look like she was wrong and that she had leaked. Well, obviously, Trump has people in his administration that are used to being cons. I can't believe Trump said something about black universities and Constitution. This bitch had a university that he got sued for because when the people paid their money, that they didn't get anything. They didn't get educated. The whole purpose of going there, they got fraud out. They got fraud out of their money. So he needs to just shut up about school, shut up about college. He really need to just. He's an embarrassing president. I forgot it was 85 degrees. Oh, to my fans off. I fell asleep. Yeah, but and then I'm listening to this. It's a little bit. I just listened to a little bit of them. I want to say interrogate Sally Yates, but for Trump to want to tweet something, he's interfering with investigation. He's trying to intimidate. It's like trying to bully her. Regardless, it doesn't really matter, because what he fails to understand is that they wouldn't be talking about this if they didn't have enough information already. Before, while he was on the campaign, we had other people, other countries warning us about who Trump was in bed with, who he's doing business with. And plus, even without your taxes in, papers. They've still been turned into the United States government. The United States government, which you are now part of Trump, has access to it. And just because you think that from your experience, because Trump's experience is that he's been getting away with criminal activity. He's been getting away with harming and causing undue pain and suffering to the people that work for him. That and I mean undue for not paying his contractors by filing bankrupt, so he wouldn't have to pay for his business by being funded from banks with loans from Russia and China to some of his overseas adventures, where he's using his names and stuff like that. He's already compromised the security of the United States. And with him acting and talking the way he is about Flynn, the way he was trying to cover Flynn's ass, and the people that probably that would have been he's like a lot of people I see around here that play con games. As all their people, they think somebody is going to do the same to them. Like, what I'm saying, like the Republicans has been very nasty and dogging out Obama, and like, oh, we're going to repel everything Obama did. We're going to repel Obamacare. Regardless of the effects on the American people, regardless on the damage that they're doing, they think they're hurting Obama. Obama is going to be good. His job is done. If Trump ever had a job a real job, he would know when the job is done. And if the Republicans weren't being so nasty, and I guess now it looks like they're engaged in with compromising the security of the United States by having taking money from China, the Chinese banks, the Russian bank. You could just anyway. Trump. I don't know why he's gonna. I don't know what they got. I know that was some men. They'll defend a man. Good. Keep defending Flint. Why not? And why don't you? You want to know who leaked the Washington Post? I'm gonna tell you who leaked the Washington Post. Your greedy ass Thursday docs that you got working for you, Trump. Either the people you have are the ones that are leaking. The people that you have working for you are the ones that will compromise the security of the United States for a couple of dollars. The ones that you're working for are engaged in activities that could cause them to be blackmailed and compromise the security of the United States. So it's the people that you brought into the administration and your inability to do your job as the president and fill up your cabinet. Instead of trying to sabotage this investigation by trying to say that this lady leaked something. The only thing she did was did her job and went and told you that you got a fucking spy that's getting money from Turkey and getting money from Russia, and maybe, who knows, a few other people that don't have the United States' best interests. And he's getting this money so he could change policies to Russia and to China, policies like that was put in because of Russian spies. So he's clearly compromised. Anyway, I think it's if the Republicans want us to look at the Constitution, I think it's like number 25 of the Constitution, where you can impeach a president or remove a president and the vice president for exactly what Trump and Pence is doing now, because Trump has taken an oath when he got inauguration. And he's in violation of that oath he took. He's in violation of the Constitution. the 20, is it 25th? I have to relook at it. I think it's the 26th section or article. I have to go back and look at it. But there's a certain articles in the Constitution that I believe he's violated. So like it, and that means like if they did criminal activity, mental, like if they fall that mentally or if they die or whatever. I'll reread that. Um, it's not that long. I'm not a Republican, so I can probably read the whole thing. I already read it, but it since I've been drinking and fell asleep, it's a little foggy now. Drinking lots of fluids. But anyway, basically, and we can see in the first 100 days or so of Trump's administration that he has not been able with his Muslim ban. There were so many different ways he could have went about his first 100 days, and I think that was one of the things he shouldn't have did. And Trump is a fool. The simple fact. I mean, he's a rich fool, and I think that's always been in his favor is that you know he's been able to get away with stuff being white. Uh, so, but I think right now he's going to find out that he's not the only rich person that's up in the White House. But not only that is that we have some people that are very patriotic, opposed to the people that he has up in there who are not patriotic. Republicans are not acting patriotic. They're acting like they're out on trying to on some type of vengeance. Some type of hateful. I still want to destroy Obama. Obama's good. It's the people of the United States with this health bill. Which is like a mock. It's a joke. I mean, and I say that we should find out who your people voted for you, and let them go by your new rules, and let the rest of America keep what we got. You know what I'm saying? I saw a very interesting thing. They were talking about Sally Yates, and they were saying that I think it was on GQ, and the guy was talking about, and he called her a hero, American hero, opposed to, and I believe she is opposed to the people that we have working with Trump now, his daughter, son-in-law, and the other people. They have no clue on how to run. I don't think they know how to run anything except for into the ground and then file bankruptcy. So you can see by his health thing that if we go along with it, it will bankrupt the health system. I don't care what they say about Obamacare. I only got good things to say about it. You know, um, I have, man, oops. I have good things to say about it. I don't have because um get compared because like the last 7 years, the healthcare was starting to improve. Because like really around here we have like you got to sign this thing that if the doctors find any drugs in your system, that you can have the police harass you and bother you for the next 7 fucking years. I finally got medicine for my stroke when I went to the doctor 7 years ago, and then like just now I got a letter from the medical thing. My thing's been compromised. I got like a policeman next door. He was trying to kick me out of my own house. The property because because he going along with his behavior, the type of people he's around. He's never been around people that behave and have high morals like the way The people I know are. They just the opposite. There's a certain type of special person that don't mind beating a kid or beating on a woman, and for whatever excuse they got. Gotta quit smoking one of these days. But anyway, so the funny thing about it is like it's sort of like Trump and the Republicans that were fucking with Obama. Now he hopping over the fence, and I was complaining about him hopping on the fence with his big ass, to like look like 225 pounds, six something, 6'2", diabetes, looking like it's wanting his ass, motherfucker. But like he kept yelling at me, that ain't your property, that ain't your property. You didn't inherit shit. She sent a city worker over here, and like the properties, like my aunt Lurleen put it in my maiden name, right? So I'm like, okay, you fucking called me. I'm the one paying the fucking taxes. What? They finally moved from over there. Cause he's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, move, bitch, if you don't like me. You're gonna try to move me out. And since our electric is with the city too, so in December they're like, oh, they don't send me electric bill. I can't get an electric bill. And they're like, go in the computer. No, I went. I'm caught up in my electric. Never was behind. Um, and so because like they figure like everybody's a crackhead, so you're gonna have any money because you're running out doing crack. Even though they don't see me running around or have no crack dealers up here, it doesn't matter. They only go and buy the people that they're around, and they only judge women by their mother, their aunt, and their sister. And I didn't know the motherfuckers. And that's the same way the Republicans in the GOP are. They was doing their actions was that of not with the best interests of the United States. The Republicans' actions have not been that of the best interest of the United States, because if they were acting in the best interest of the United States, they would have never let somebody like Trump be running for president under their ticket. And that's a simple fact, because Trump doesn't have anybody's interest in mind except for his own pocketbook, enriching himself. And and if I hadn't been around people that had money, that didn't harm people, that didn't have to hurt people, that wasn't cons, then I would say, well, that's the way to do business. But I've seen people, I grew up in New York around, billionaires, and you have like three types of people. You have the one type of people that they're gonna hurt people to make money, rob, steal, murder, whatever it is to make that almighty dollar and to keep it. And I find Trump and his people fall in that category. They have no morals, they have no class, they have no loyalty, and they have no patrioticness to their government job or to the people of the United States, And their humanity is that of warped. And that's just my opinion. Then you have the type that really worked hard, and I'm just saying both of these examples I used so far with help from their family, with a good step on their family, that worked really hard, and and they're not, and they're not a fool. They know when bad people are around. They know there's bad people, but they don't have to. But they don't turn around and like, oh well, let me just bother this person. Like maybe they're more family oriented or more into their own life and business, and so like you have those type that, and then you have like a third type that sort of likes to give the impression that they're good, like a good person, but they're not as evil as the Trumps, So anyway, to me there's three different type of groups of how people um, with money act. I guess like the third group is more into like environmental science, um, and not so much like you have the one group that's anyway. It's a theory in process, but Trump goes under the group of people of cons, people that hurt people, and he's and like it's like that Sally Yates. She did a good job. She did what she was supposed to do, and they're trying to defame her and try to put it on her. Well, she must have called Washington Post. No, no, no. You got people in that you have coming that you brought into the White House, that you brought into the Oval Office, that are dishonest people. And that's the only thing that's going to be in everybody's favor because he doesn't have no experience on how to deal with being accountable for his actions. Trump's never had to be accountable for his actions. He's never had to be accountable for the people that he worked for actions. You know what I'm saying? He just so he was a shitty businessman and he's a fucked up president. That's all I know. And I think that they're gonna find out that his the way he does business is not going to work as him being president because because with his influence and him taking loans from China, to start his for his Thai business, the loan for his daughter and her clothing business, and for the loans he got from Russia, um, uh, 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 and the type of business that Russia does, his type of friends, will prove that Trump is nothing but a traitor, and he has treason acts, and his friends are in or compromising the security of the United States to enrich themselves. And I believe I don't believe, I'm 100% sure that Trump is in violation of the 25th Amendment of the Constitution, which means that that the 25th means that if he's doing like a criminal act, like such as like with Trump University, um, uh, um, coercing with the enemy like Russia, or if he has dementia, or he dies, or some type of brain damage, that that is the part of the Constitution where it gives you the bylines and the laws on how you could get a president out that doesn't have the best interests of the United States. And he is in violation of having the best interests of the United States already, with just having his children uh, working in the White House at the same time, still running his business, and his business happens mostly to do with overseas, like the Philippines, like China, like Russia, like Indonesia, like Scotland. He's all over the place. But it's who he's gotten his money from, and we don't need your taxes for that. You getting ready to find out, because they already got a FISA warrant out on him, investigating him before November the 10th. And Obama was too damn nice because he told you, and it's on the record that he told you. So once you've been told, if you think he was joking or you think, oh, he trying to get back at the Republicans or whatever, and that's how we're going to get the Republicans out, because they hadn't been working the last 7.5, 8 years, and they think that like these racist people around here, they think like that neighbor next door, he thinks because he's been shitty and fucking with me and calling the city on me that I'm going to turn around and do something to him. So when the other neighbors did something to him, he's looking at me and he's really pissed because I didn't do shit to the bitch. Is I figure, he's the same way Trump is today, the same way he was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The same way he'll be tomorrow. And his actions and his behavior and the actions of Republicans that are showing that their interest is not in the United States. Some of them is purely out of hate, like what they did with this. Anyway, we'll see. Impeach Trump and his get those treasonous traitors out of the White House so we can have a safe and secure. Trump talked about that Muslim ban, get the Muslims out. We need to get the con artists out. We need to get somebody that's actually good friends with Putin out of the goddamn White House.